Hiya guys. So we are doing the Q&A. Prep there, I am prepped to look at that. 3 sheets, get yourself a brew, it could be a long one. Talking of which, happy Magners. Hey! Oh! Never open a Magners when it's pinched between your comely thighs. Comely thighs, oh god. I've never actually thought of why it's called comely thighs before, but right. Right, so my pal Sharon, she's asked a couple of times, said, "Don't I do a Q&A?" So this is in part to my friend Sharon. So her question will be first up. Hiya Sharon, hiya. Right now Sharon asks, what has been your most favourite place to visit and why? And I have to say, I've got too many, literally too many. My most favourite, first off Jura, because as I say, I wasn't expecting to be there that day. It was a glorious day. I just hopped on the ferry. My car was broke. I wanted to see the Paps of Jura. I had this idea, this romantic idea of hiking to this loch and just pitching up by the loch, and that was going to make my life complete. But I didn't take into account the shitty, boggy hike from hell, which made it really memorable. With a big handbag on, and then to get to the loch, and it was just like looking across the other side, and there was a little hut there. So went to the little hut. It was open, and then that was that. So, oh man, what an absolute stunner of a place for to pitch up. So Jura, and then the next morning, sorry, obviously hike back, and then the next day I had a relaxing day for to wash my knickers. And just for to have a park up by a beach. I wanted to park up on a beach at Jura. So I did that, and then the next morning, there was me and there was another van, and then the next morning there was a knock on the side on the side of me sliding door. Well, I'd heard somebody talking about picking up dog shit from the neighbours with some woman. And I couldn't understand what was going on, and then I heard this woman, if you're going to defecate round here, I've put some dog poo bags on your handle for you. Would you defecate into those, please, and dispose of them at the bins at the end of the lane? Like, welcome to Jura. Welcome to Jura. Oh man. And then I give it half an hour, and then when I got out and I was talking to them, and I said, the cheeky bitch. I says, they're thinking that everyone's going to be dropping that keks and crapping all over. So yeah, Jura is one for the visit, just the experience, and just because, wow, I did it. My car was knackered, and I did it. All by myself, I just did it. And then obviously it's Stack Polly for the wild camp, isn't it? You're not going to get an easier mountain when it's just under a mountain with views like that, where you can pitch up and just sit and just be just on top of the world, man. So Sharon, there you go. There's 2 for you. I think I said there was going to be 3. Obviously it would be the Isle of Egg. It would be the Isle of Egg, but I think we'll discuss the Isle of Egg in a bit. So Sharon, I hope that answered your question. Thank you. And then we have my pal Ramblin' Ruth. Ruth, hiya. In your hospital bed, Ruth got told that she's got a rare form of leukemia. So she is busy with the mother of all fights at the minute. So let's all just give good, positive, healing, happy thoughts towards Ramblin' Ruth, and let's get her better and back and kick this thing in the nuts, and then on the way to recovery and back to being Ramblin' Ruth. Yeah. So this one's for Ruth. And then she wants to know about me clobber. Well, I should really do this one on a tripod, shouldn't I? Well, not really, no. I don't know. So my shoes, my shoes are Scott Trail Runners. They're not cheap, unless you get a pair that were only £40. It's sportshoes.com online. So I got 2 pairs of them. They've got super grippy soles. I find them better than hiking boots. Just because my feet grip better, they flex better. If my feet get wet, they dry faster. Boots I found were too clumpy and restrictive, and I was falling over a lot. Right, so what goes into boots? Feet. And what goes on feet? Socks. Bridgedales. I'm a sucker for me Bridgedales. I will pay extra for good socks. So Bridgedale hiking merino socks. I've got a few of them. My son knows to get us a pair every Christmas. Pants. I'm wearing decathlon pants, Fauclas or Quechua, just because I'm a big lass and they do them in the bigger size and they don't make you look absolutely massive. So they're nice and stretchy. They're a good ladies' outdoor pants. Me t-shirts and that, regatta, I pay about, I live life on a budget, you'll find that out. Me regretta sports tops, breathable, moisture wicking. You're looking about £7 if you just have a look online, like Charlie's Outdoors and that. So I tried to get a couple of them in nice different colours, so I didn't look like I was wearing the same clothes all the time. So all this fashion stuff is really hard. So yeah, regatta breathable polyester type men's tops, jumpers, charity shops. I love it. Mooch around a charity shop, who doesn't? You'll often find good stuff in a charity shop. I've got a couple of nice regatta jumpers. I think I'm wearing a weird fish at the minute. Yes, I'm wearing weird fish. What's up, that jumpers? Base, like warm stuff, merino I get from Aldi when it's there. So I've got some merino leggings or long johns, whatever, that I've had about 3 years now, and they are the biz, the absolute biz. So if you ever see the merino long johns, reminds the blokes ones. Again, I've got a big size backside to get in them. So that's me merino. I've got a coat. I've got one Alpkit good waterproof jacket that I don't wear for some reason because it's my best one. This is a Craghoppers one. I got it at the lakes last year. £40, breathable and waterproof. It's not that breathable, but it is very waterproof. I've got an old, again for me it's cheapness. Something that fits. I've got the pockets I like and just cheapness. So that's about it for me wardrobe. That literally is about it. Just really bog standard, cheap, whatever works. And for the pants, I mean, if I like something, I'll get several pairs. So I've got 3 pairs of these pants. I've got several pairs of the socks I wear. I've got 2 pairs of the trainers I wear. The only thing I sort of switch out is jumpers and coats. Oh, right, Ruth, that is you done. And keep in touch, yeah? Let me know how you're doing. Well, I know you do, obviously. Right, I'm going to take a break here. I'll be back in 2. Hey, we're just trying to mix up things here, a little bit different scenery for you, see how I think about you. And obviously you like to see me tents. So, talking of tents, we've got Michelle B, 3843. I think that's probably close to my measurements as well. Hiya, Michelle. When and where was your first solo camp and what motivated you? So that's an easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That is 2018, the College Valley. And I'll tell you what hill I was up. I was up Sinkside Hill in the College Valley. What motivated us? I'll dip into this on the next question because there's a few people have asked us. What I'll say is I've just been out hiking a lot. My son went to university. I was getting a bit lonely, so I just thought I'd start cracking onto a camera rather than because I wasn't chatting to my son on the hikes. So the obvious extension of hiking was to stay out overnight, and I'd seen people on YouTube like Andy Wardle and my pal Outdoor Jules and that, and I thought I could do something like that, and then I actually thought it would make a good interesting video. Now I didn't film the first one, I just went out and did it by myself. So for me, camping and going out solo go hand in hand. So that is that one. Well, thank you, Michelle. Right, and then jumping onto this, then we've got the Miriam Kennedy. Hello, Miriam. I hope you're doing all right as well. Miriam, busy fighting breast cancer at the minute. If you want to pop over to Miriam's channel. That last one from, was it Innismore? Her video on the last one. Flipping, wow, you've seen note like that. So go over there. A bit support for Miriam. Not that she needs much more. She's doing quite canny. Miriam, doing quite canny. But hello, anyway, Miriam. So, how did this whole wild camping thing start for you? Can you remember the first time you solo camped or what motivated us to do it? So again, I've been going out hiking with my son a lot. And we used to have great fun. And we'd done this small video at Hadrian's Wall, and I used to want to be a music journalist, but I was really shy and I never liked my voice on cassette when I interviewed people, because I did. That's a different story. So yeah, we'd done this daft little snippet of video at Hadrian's Wall. Hey, young chap, aren't you my son? Come here, young chap. Nice to see you. And I watched it back and I thought, you know what, that's all right. It was a funny one. It was about 20 seconds, me and Perry, that's my son, and I thought, I'm going to give this a bash. So he goes off to university, so I started taking the camera out with us, and I started cracking onto the camera because I wasn't having my son for to chat to. So that's how that started, and then, you know, the people sort of liked the videos. I was getting a couple of 100 views and that on Facebook, because I was explicitly Facebook only when I started the videos. What was the other part of your question? Yep, the first time I camped solo, as I've just said to Michelle, it was up the College Valley in Northumberland, in a hill I knew well because I'd hiked up there a couple of times with friends and with my son. So I thought, that's a place no one will see us. I'll be safe there, I'll be Ruth. So when I went up there, with the worst of gear, you have no idea how bad the gear was. I just went solo, just for to see what it was like. And I put me little either tent, it was like a Duke of Edinburgh Sun Camp, Easy Camp or something, 100. Oh man, it was, I've seen bigger bivvies. So I had that, I couldn't even fit me rucksack inside. I couldn't sit up. I didn't want to pitch in the hill fort because I thought it would have been disrespectful to the ancestors. So I sort of pitched on the side of the hill fort. All the trees had been cut down, so it's just a lot of like stumpiness at the top. And then there was someone stood in the distance, just stood watching us. And I'm like, oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. And then this person was just stood watching us. About 30 minutes later, 40 minutes, I don't know. And I just keep glancing over, you know, wondering what the crack was. And then I glanced over again. I thought, that's not a person, it's a weird tree stump. Oh, why I did it again, I don't know. So I had a most uncomfortable night, didn't hardly sleep, in this stupid little Easy Camp 100 with a rubber sleeping bag, no sleep mat. I didn't even think, you know, I would need a sleep mat. I didn't do any video that I put out. I just did a little bit for a friend of mine, just for to say, look what I'm doing. So that's how that started, and then I just, you know, I enjoyed it. I thought that was quite cool. I'm doing this again, and then the rest is history. I've just carried on doing it, and I love it. I just love getting out, and I still give myself frights and all that, but yeah, yeah, I'll not get myself a fright off a tree stump again. Oh, it's happened loads, Miriam. Right, I hope that answers that one. Right, I'll spin around, get you something different. Right, in a bit. Well, I'll do one more when I'm here. Grizzly Gaz is asking about the storm start and how I attach the G clips, the big metal clips on it. If you pitch the tent as Kuyu recommend, put them in my pocket. If you pitch that tent as Kuyu recommend, with the two long crossover by the cross into the same side, with the two long pools first, then put the two clips on those two clips first, then you put the shorter crossing pole over, push it down, get the shape, and then them other two clips will go on fairly no bother. There is times I have struggled, I will not lie, but if you do it the way Kuyu state to do it, so that is peg it out first, the two long poles in, then the metal clips, then the crossing pole, then the two last clips, and then clip all the tent up, yeah? If you do it that way, it is a lot easier. Yes, you have to have a good grip and cold hands. I have struggled a couple of times. Once I did struggle putting it up and I just clipped it over. I didn't bother locking the clip. It still worked. So yep, Grizzly Gaz, I pitched the tent as Kuyu recommend. And it works a treat. I hope that helps some. Right. Right, then we have got my pal Stealth, Andy Steeth. Hiya, Andy. how's life? He was asking what is the most heart-moving sunset I've ever seen. Believe me, there's a lot of them to pick from. You can get an absolute corker up the Cheviot if you strike lucky. But for me, and really thinking about this for a couple of days, I have to say, when I was on the Isle of Egg, pitched on the Singing Sands, it was just absolutely unreal. I'd seen golden eagles the lot that day. I've never been to a beach like that. An absolute mission to get there. But then I had this view of the Isle of Rum and the sunset that night, setting behind the Isle of Rum. Wow, that was something else. That really was something else. Yeah, so I'd have to go with that Isle of Egg. Thanks, Andy. And then we've got Mark in Hamilton. So that's Mark Letcher, 43.50. Again, close to me measurements, Mark. Cheeky boy. So we got Mark, can you make a good video on a phone? And I will say, of course you can, Mark. I've only had this action camera. I've only had this action camera for a couple of months now. Everything I did before that for the last 8-9 years I've done on a mobile phone. So yes, it's not the paint. I don't know how. I had a good analogy for you. Oh man, you know, anybody. Oh, you don't have to have expensive paints to paint a pretty picture, yeah? If your story's good, yep, you've got good content, and then people are going to enjoy watching it, and it's interesting, and it's entertaining. Anything, you know what I mean? An old phone, whatever. And then if you're getting into it and want to spend a bit more money, then upgrade. That's your time to upgrade. So Mark, I hope that answers that for you. Right, and then we have my pal Geraldine Gregory. Geraldine, hello. Hello from, what a place, man. Hello from my own private little adventure playground. How cool is that? So Geraldine was asking, which a lot of people ask, I'll just sit on this here rock. You always seem so confident and happy on your own. Don't you ever feel nervous or scared that someone might come and start attacking your camp or creeping around doing weird things? And what's my strategy for coping? Yes. I get creeped out more than you would ever believe, and I still get creeped out and I still get scared sometimes. And you know what works the best for me? A good pair of earplugs. As soon as I've got the earplugs in and then I can't hear anything, and then my mind stops making up the stupid stories it's been making up, because I've got a very active imagination, everything's all right. Yeah, I mean, I've had some... that's just for noises outside. You get used to noises. You get used to what a sheep sounds like, or a deer. You sort of even know what a fox sounds like now. Sounds like a screaming baby. Other wildlife, you can work out what it is. Ones I've really been scared at is when humans have sort of come close. That's when I get freaked out. I've found by experience that it is better to... Hiya, all right. Walk over and have a chat with them. That will save you a whole lot of misery and just worry. So the times I haven't done that have been my worst camps ever. One specifically at Wanney Crags in Northumberland, where I was just in me cloud peak enjoying life, and then there was these lights started sweeping over the hill towards me tent. I couldn't understand it. I couldn't hear any noise, but the lights were sweeping. So that was it. I hadn't been wild camping that long then, so I was terrified. Literally, I don't know, really scared. So that was one. Then I was at Rothley Castle. Are you getting some names here, aren't you? I was at Rothley Castle again in Northumberland. My phone had an update, bear with us. My phone had an update, so when I went to take a picture of the castle in the dark, it came on with the mother of all flashes, and it went pow, 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 pow. Literally, it was like a burst flash, and it lit the whole sodden area up. About 5 minutes later, I saw the lights of a quad coming towards us, and I just thought, oh, just sit quiet in the dark, you'll be all right, you'll nick off. Which was the worst thing I could have possibly done. The farmer continued to drive around in the vicinity of where I was pitched. He obviously couldn't see me pitch. I was a bit down in a dip. I had all my lights off. I I was just sort of sat waiting for morning to come, thinking I should have told the farmer I was there. Obviously the farmer would have been scared that I might have been, you know, there to rob his stock or whatever. Literal what a divvy. All I had to have done was, you know, shine a torch or something. Hello, I'm just camping here. I hope I didn't, you know, I hope I didn't scare you. So Rothley Castle was one. But yeah, in the back of my head, if my tent's up and I'm inside my tent, people don't know who's in my tent. I could be two massive rugby players. There's a car coming. Hey, I could be two massive rugby players. So that's about that. I'm just going to keep on recording. I'm just going to give them a wave. And these just drove past, but you see there's the wave in action. And I've got a knife with us. And a couple of sticks with pointy ends. So Geraldine, yes, I do still get scared. My thing is I plan really carefully. I plan where I can't usually be seen. I would never usually park at the side of a road like this. As far as I was concerned, those gates were shut. So here's what it is. People know I'm here. Right. I am usually really careful about nobody can see us. And then now next we have Lee Rutherford. Hello Lee, alright. For people starting out, is it worth spending money on more expensive gear, or is it best to start with cheaper gear and work up to the more expensive gear? I would say 100% start out with the cheaper gear. What if you didn't like it? If you like it, you will know straight away if you like it. So either lend stuff, yeah, or just get what you can afford. And you can get some good stuff on the second-hand market. You can get some good army surplus stuff. And as I say, you will know if you like it, and then go for the more expensive gear as soon as you can. It all depends on your style of camping as well. So if you're not going to be out 4 seasons, then you don't need the 4-season gear, really, do you? So again, it depends on your style of camping, how much you like it. But yeah, you're not going to be going out and getting a blinking Hilleberg for your first camp, are you? Really? But I bet I know some people that have. For me, I wing it, lend some gear, get some second-hand gear. That's exactly what I did. And I've just sort of eased my way up. But I know now exactly the style of camping I do, what gear I need, and yeah, I'm quite content with everything I've got at the minute. I think the last big thing I bought would have been a higher R-rated sleep mat. So, yeah, I'm quite spoiled. Right, so that was Lee. And we have Sarah Lee. Hello, Sarah Lee. There's a nice little segue, wasn't there? Sarah. Right then. Best and worst wild camp. All right then. Worst, Rothley Castle. When I had the farmer on the quad, keep coming round looking for whoever had lit up the castle like Blackpool Tower. So that was just a horrible night. I used to vape at the time. I wouldn't even vape, so that it wasn't even the slightest light off a vape pen. I didn't have any beers because I was just hid. It had gone too far for it to come out and say, "Hi, I'm really sorry about that." I just had to hide, and then as soon as it got light, I was out of there. But I so felt stupid about it for the poor farmer, worried about his stock. So yeah, worst camp, the big learning curve was Rothley Castle. Best one. First time up Stack Polly. Oh man, first time up Stack Polly with me Stormstar. Slogged me way up there. It's not the biggest hill. What is it, like a 611, 612? It's just tipping on a mountain. But I got a lovely pitch. I had a 4G signal. I sat chatting to my son. I was chatting to Lama Annie. Couple of beers, man, and just the view that you've never seen a view unless you've been up on the shoulders of Stack Polly, and just looking out at like Culmore and Culbeeg and Sullivan and I forget the others, but just the lot of them, all the giants in front of you. And wow, what a place. And to top that, what, I got a great sunset, yeah. And then the next morning, mother of all inversions, literally, I'm going to start to cry a little bit. The mother of all inversions the next morning. And it went on for well over a couple of hours. I got a bit bored of it in the end. I got some absolute fabulous footage on my phone, because that's what I shot on. And just an otherworldly experience. Yeah, so Rothley Castle and Stack Polly, tip the scales the other way. Right then, that's that. And then we've got Mr. Jolly Roger. Hoister, Jolly Roger. Hello, Mr. Jolly Roger. And probably one of my favourite questions here is what inspired me sense of humour, and whether it was family or any particular comedians. Well, you will have heard me go, there's Donovan Senior reporting from, numerous times. You'll have heard that numerous times, and that there was nicked off Rick Mail doing a character called Kevin Turvey. Kevin Turvey Investigates on a programme called A Kick Up the 80s, which was a comedy programme in the 1980s, and it just proper tickled me. So when I started doing the videos, my comedy that I loved was from the 80s. It was all like the comic strip and that, and French and Saunders, massive influences. So when I used to do the dancing, and I don't do the dancing anymore because of the copyright. I will try and work something out, do non-copyright stuff, but people like to see us dance to a tune that they knew. So yeah, the dancing was nicked off French and Saunders. They always had a dance routine. Yeah, so I nicked that off them, but I was always a fairly funny child. I used to really enjoy making people laugh and being the joker, and then just being an arsehole. So I have years of being an arsehole, Mr. Jolly Roger. Yeah, but I still do. It's me superpower at work as well. Be able to make someone laugh or cheer them up. And I like it when my humour comes across on video. So really appreciate that question. I mean, for me, people like Roseanne Barr on the Roseanne Show. There was programmes like Kate and Ali. A lot of strong, when I think about it, female comedians. Yeah, even Laverne and Blink and Shirley. But French and Saunders was a tipping point for me. Absolutely hilarious. Even like Joan Rivers and stuff. Still laugh me tits off at them. So thanks very much for that question. Right, I'm gonna go and get some cider and I'll be back. I'm enjoying this. Right, in a bit. Then we've got my pal Jimmy, Lundy's Wild Camp Stroke Bushcraft. I think I've got that the right way around, Jimmy. So Jimmy's asking, what was my first tent? Right, that's easy. I remember having a really heavy owled orange, got the orange thing, canvas ridge tent in the back garden when I was younger. And we had a separate ground sheet for it. And we used to put it up every summer. I mean, my brother used to sleep out in it. And we had 2 holes in the back garden where you would hammer the wooden poles down. And it was the best thing ever, having this blinking tent. So yeah, that was me first memories of a tent, sleeping out with my brother in the back garden and just having fun. And I just blinking loved it when the tent was up, and the tent would be up that long in the back garden that all the grass was dead inside. But first tent I remember buying was a brand called Freeman. They were a Newcastle-based camping firm, and they had a shop up in the big market. They had a shop up in the big market, and Reading Festival 1991, I needed a tent. So I went to Freeman's. I wanted a tent that I could see at Reading Festival. So many times in my life I've been an arsehole. So I got this red dome. I think it was called a Nepal. It was a 2-person red dome tent, 1 doorway, and it actually had bamboo poles. I think I paid about, when my mum lent us the money. Well, I gotta get off this, yeah. Without killing myself. I think my mum lent us the money, and I believe I paid about £50 or £60 for it. It must have weighed close on 4.5 kilograms, and that was my tent for Reading Festival. And then obviously for going out bits and bobs at camping, as well up the lakes and stuff. I used to go back in the 90s. So yep, but what was the one after that? What was I got? Freeman's Big Market. And we first specifically for wild camping. Once I got into the wild camping, which was about 2018, would have been a Vango Alpha 250, swiftly followed by a Vango Soul 200. So again, just buying within my budget, finding out that I liked it and that this, you know, I would prefer a tent that did this or that. So at the minute, I think I'm sitting on about 12 tents. Backpacking tents, sub 2.5 kilograms, and I've still got some bigger festival tents. I've probably still got about 5 or 6 bigger festival tents. So that's that one, Jimmy. Freeman's of Newcastle, and I just had to throw that tent out in the last couple of months. I got it out of its bag, and it was, you're never going to use it again, Donna. Get rids, and it was such sad sorrow parting. So there we go, Jimmy. I hope everything's all right with you, right? And next, what have we got? Oh, where am I? We're getting there, right? So, Simon, yonder Mountain Adventures. Simon, how's tricks, man? And he says, where is your favourite part of Northumberland for a camp? It depends. I've got, you know me, I'm quite a prolific wild camper. I have got spots all over. I've got that many spots you'd think I had the measles. So it depends. You can't beat a nice night up at Cheviot Hill. You really can't. But then sometimes you're wanting coastal, or sometimes you've got to go with, you know, the weather. The wind's blowing an absolute hoolie this way. Where can I get out of it? But yeah, aye. Up near the borders, the quieter Cheviot Hills I'd have to go with. I've done the bigger ones. I've been up Windy Gale, I've done the Shill. But the smaller, quieter ones, you know, the 400-500 metre ones, sometimes I've been a bit naughty and been on the ranges. They've always been favourite ones when I haven't been nabbed. So, yep, the Cheviot has to be the Cheviots. And then we've got Chris of Geordie's Abroadies. Hello, Chris of Geordie's Abroadies. And again, where's your favourite place in Northumberland to camp? So, carrying on, yeah, it's the unknown places. I've got some nice spots on the Annick Moors up that way. There, people don't camp there. The Cheviot Hills. We are so blessed with what we've got in Northumberland. We really are. We've got moors, we've got forests, we've got hills, we've got the coast. I've got some nice coastal spots, but you cannot walk a nice night up a hill if you strike lucky with a good sunset. Not always up for sunrises, but I've heard they can be all right sometimes up there as well. So I think that is that one. Right, Mel out and about. Hello, Mel. And I hope you're not out and about at the minute. I hope you're in the house with a beer, sat down, watching this and then listening for your shout out. So there it is. Hello, Mel. Hey. How do you deal with wild camping alone? I'm yet to try it because I'm nervous of something happening. My advice to you, Mel, is plan. Plan. Recce walks, hikes. You've got a thing called Google. You've got Google Street View for parking locations, Google Earth, OS Maps. I'm a bit of a weirdo. I don't pay a television licence at home. I don't cheat. So I spend a lot of time researching maps, YouTube, as I say, Google Earth, and that's how I find mine. My peace of mind comes from me knowing that people shouldn't be around or that they can't see me. So literally, I'll be walking around, I'll go, oh, I quite like this pitch here, what's it like? And I'll look around, I can maybe see a farm. Then I'll dip down, yeah, to the height of what a tent would be. And I'll be like, can that farm sort of see my tent at that height? I actually do stuff like that. So I think the more you plan, the safer you'll feel Always let someone know where you are. The recce hikes, always check you can get a mobile phone signal. Check if something went wrong or that you just weren't feeling it and you wanted to get back to your car. Check you could do that in the dark. So there's a couple of little tips for you there. It's just really research. Go out and see it with your eyes. Google Earth makes the whole world look comfortable. But in reality, you might get some stuff like this. Oh, I'll action cam you out of the road. Oh, I'll even the safety of the play park with the weirdo in the car that just went by before. That's rotten for camping on. That, oh, nirvana. Or play park Varna. So yeah, 4G signal, that will always make you feel a bit better if you can be in touch with people. And go out and have a look at it, have a feel for it. If you don't like the feel of it, don't do it. Right, I think that may be it for our questions. I would like to thank, I'm just going to check I've got everyone. Mr. Jolly. So we have had, again, thank you to Ramblin' Ruth, thank you to my pal Sharon, thank you to Michelle, to Jimmy Lundy, thank you Geraldine, thank you Lee Rutherford, Stealth Andy Steeth, thank you, Mark from Hamilton, thank you, said Geraldine, we've got Simon of Yonder Mountain Adventures, Chris of Geordie's Abroad, Mel Out and About, Miriam Kennedy, Grizzly Gaz, Sarah Lee and Mr. Jolly Roger. Thank you ever so much for your input, making this segment actually really enjoyable. One day I will do a live stream. I'll probably have to have someone with us for to make sure there's no knackers jump on and you know, they give us grief online. Believe me, I've had it before. I have had it before. So yeah, I would enjoy doing a live stream, but I think I would need someone with us just for the. I might get in touch with Karen's Gone Wild because she apparently does good live streams, but she has someone helping her. When I said apparently I have been on a live stream before, that sounded rude. So I might get in touch with Karen off Karen's Gone Wild and see how she does it. She has someone that acts as a bouncer for her. Right, that's it then. I'm going to just sit and be quiet now because I've talked my ass off. I'll show you a bike again, naked bike. There's naked bike. And what a difference, man. What a difference. And I got some money off that because of my blue light card. We're working in you know, in the NHS type of stuff. What a difference, man. Got my little bottle holder there. Put that on myself. I got Halfords to do that. Put that on myself, I did that. My little kickstand. Been an absolute star, that has. Well done, Donna, with the kickstand. Put that on myself, because I'm dead clever. This here, it's probably the world's loudest bell. Oh, shut up. Put that on myself. Literally like a bicycle technician. My arm's still in catering, in a dead-end job, working for minimum wage. It's beyond me. Right, I'm going to get myself tucked into my cider. Thanks guys, it's been great, thanks very much. Video's not finished, but really appreciate everyone's input into the Q&A. Sorry if you've missed it, but I'll do another one, yeah? Right, doodles!